one of the things that I just wanted to highlight earlier today was I saw there was a piece in the USA Today about, you know, the CEO of Mylan, Heather Bresch, who also happens to be the daughter of West Virginia Senator and former Governor Joe Manchin, Democrat. The piece was talking about how basically her mother used her position on this National Education Committee to push the EpiPen that she, you know, drove up the price on as CEO of Mylan Pharmaceuticals. And so the headline, it's like, okay, mother of Mylan CEO. It's like, yeah, but she's also the wife of a sitting U.S. senator, right? Using her position and power of influence. And why do we care about? We should care about this. And it's not just, oh, the Dems are crooked. They are. They're crooked, either equal to the Republicans or, you know, it's similarly disconcerting. Mylan CEO's mother used her position with education group to boost EpiPen sales, according to the USA Today. And they're talking about how Gail Manchin, wife of Senator Joe Manchin, former governor of West Virginia, used her position on a national education organization, as president of a national education organization, to drive EpiPen sales. So we you know, being involved in stuff with different things that are going on in politics and paying attention to what are, you know, well, his wife, you know, there was the whole cheating scandal with his daughter. His wife is using her position. I mean, you know, she's the first lady of West Virginia, and then she was, you know, she's the senator's wife. But in her private capacity, in her personal capacity, she's also helping to drive sales for something that her daughter is driving the price up on. I mean, it's a tangled web that they weave, and we continue to allow and enable and elect these people. And what's even more disgusting by the power play that goes on with, you know, certain groups of people, it's, you know, it's on both sides of the aisle. But particularly when we have, you know, Joe Manchin is a so-called conservative Democrat from West Virginia. And right now we have him and others who are propping up a newfound Democrat, Jim Justice, who's an absolute disaster for the state of West Virginia. He's the only billionaire in the state. He's a coal baron with back taxes and environmental issues in his minds, labor violations, all types of stuff. But, you know, people are falling in line with the whole, he's a good, you know, I got to be a good Democrat and vote for him because he won the Democratic nominee, except he was a Republican until a year ago. Now, I had someone ask me, well, how's that different from Bernie Sanders? I done told y'all, I done tell folks time and time again, Bernie Sanders may not have always been a quote unquote Democrat on paper, but his ideas and his policies and his standpoints have always been above and beyond most of the people who run on a Democratic ticket, hands down. When you have someone that just comes into your party that does not share the ideas, does not share the values, does not have the best interests of what you're supposedly supposed to stand for, but everyone is, you need to pay attention to who's actually getting behind that person and doing the work. And what's happening right now in West Virginia, and it's not even just that, the third party. So in West Virginia, they have the Mountain Party. I mean, they have there are various third party alternatives in West Virginia, but the Mountain Party is a pretty well known third party alternative in West Virginia. And Charlotte Pruitt is the candidate, and she actually beats Joe Manchin previously when she in a race for the Democratic nominee. So she has previously been a Democratic nominee for governor, and Joe Manchin was so upset that he lost that he threw his support by the Republican. So this is the type of people that we're talking about here, who are out there, you know, making decisions and engaging the world. I mean, when people show you who they are, you need to pay attention to them. And you know, they're slandering her. They're trying to say she's worked for Republicans. So it's a similar thing to what's being done to Jill Stein in some ways. The Mountain Party is a Green Party affiliate. So there isn't a Green Party in West Virginia. There's the Mountain Party. So that was just, I mean, just paying attention to kind of more so what's going on the political spectrum outside the presidential election, I think is really important.